I have made my dad and I players on Football Manager, and we are going to start without a club and try to race to win the Ballon d'Or. However, how good we are will be decided by a random number wheel, which will determine our current and potential ability. Throughout our careers, we will also have 3 lifelines. The first is a permanent transfer to a club of our choice. The second lifeline is a loan move, again to a club of our choice. And the third lifeline is to spin the attribute wheel, which has good and bad spins upon it. And we can only use each lifeline once. But first, current ability for my player, and I'm starting at 104 current ability out of 200. Dad next, and his starting current ability is 113, so he has a slight head start advantage. Potential ability though can be anything between 150 to 200, and for me, it's going to be 187. And for Dad, who has a higher starting ability, his potential is going to be set slightly lower at 175. So with all that set up, let's see which clubs acquire the signings of these 2 wonder kids. Starting off with Dad, who has the slightly higher current ability. He looks incredibly talented in his technicals and physicals, and a lot of clubs are already interested. And there are 14 clubs ranging from Sky Bet League 1 to a higher reputation Premier League clubs, all showing active interest in him. Of course, I'm not quite on the same level as Dad, and my attributes do show that. And that also has proven the reason why I have less interest in signing me, and from clubs at a lower level to Dad as well. And when the contracts were signed, it was Dad who was joining Manchester City for his first club, while in very heartwarming fashion, I signed for my hometown club, Plymouth Argyle. And with Argyle setting up in a 4-4-2, I was actually getting game time in the first team down in League 1. Argyle themselves finished in 14th place in League 1 in Season 1, but I still managed to score 5 goals in 23 appearances, but 0 assists. Meanwhile, Dad made just 1 appearance in the Premier League and for the first team at Manchester City, and even managed to get on the score sheet. In the league, City fell to 3rd place, but did make the Champions League final, losing 2-0 to Arsenal in the final, but Dad has been killing it in the youth team this season. Alright Dad, well we got our club. Somehow I've ended up with Plymouth Argyle, our hometown club. Thank you for supporting my club.
Well, you know I'll be there to watch you.
Yeah, there we go. Well, you got some other pressing matters.
Yeah.
Sitting in the youth team of Manchester City, unfortunately, because they've signed you up.
Yeah.
You're on £310 per week as a 16-year-old in their under 18s. You look far superior, which means first team football right now is not going to be on the agenda for a while.
No, but it's a good place to be, and you know they might put me out on loan and things like that.
They'll probably say to Chelsea, you know, that's what usually happens.
Yeah, so I'm not too sad about it. I know it's not first team football, but it's a good place to be.
Yeah, well, starting things off in your first season, you did make a Premier League appearance. You also scored
There you go.
a Premier League goal
100%.
off the bench as well. Now, you in the youth team, you were on fire. 48 goals, 19 assists, 17 player of the matches, and 47 starts. So the football you are getting is very good in the under 18s. And if we're looking at it, you've already grown quite a lot from the starting current ability. You had a slightly higher current ability, but I've got a higher ceiling. I have a higher potential. You've got 175 potential, which isn't too bad, but I have the higher ceiling out of the 2 of us. So, yeah, not bad for you in season number 1, Dad, whereas myself at Plymouth Argyle, only 16 years of age, I've made 22 appearances in the first team, so I'm quite happy with that, really. 10 starts, 12 off the bench, 5 goals so far. Argyle are mid-table in Sky Bet League 1 here. They're not doing too bad. They're down in 14th place. So for me, I'm not going to consider using my lifelines right now, and I think either of us would be silly at this point to use lifelines.
Too young at the moment, really. I mean, just stay where you are, really.
Yeah, I think 18, 19, if you're not getting first team football, then that's when you go, right, okay, this is time to make the step up. I'm also not going to make the jump and try and do the attributes because of that 1 in 3 risk, which I think is too risky right now to try. Might be too risky at all, but we'll see. If you've ever tried to quit smoking or vaping and felt like you're always ended up going back, you need to use today's sponsor, Fume. Fume is a flavored air device designed to help people quit vaping and smoking by breaking that hand-to-mouth pattern. It's simple, it's natural, and honestly, it's kind of genius. It's just a weighted, twisty, friendly, fidget-friendly tool that, to be honest, it gives your hands something better to reach for than a vape, or when any cravings come up. There's no nicotine in this, there's no batteries or vapor. This is designed to help you break the bad habits. I actually kind of like the look of this as well. It isn't plastic like a vape pen, it's kind of sleek, to be honest, and it's got a bit of weight to it too. Flavor wise, I went with the crisp mint flavor, and as somebody who's never really smoked before in my life, it's kind of satisfying, and actually it leaves you with a fresh breath. Now usually after you reach for your vape or cigarette thousands of times, your brain learns to expect that to happen, and that's why Fume actually works, because third-party surveys has deemed this twice as effective as any other quit solutions on the market. And so if you want to quit today, head to the link at the top of the description or tryfume.com. That's TRYFUM.com and use that code Omega Luke. This gets you a free Fume topper when you grab a journey pack. So you need to join the over 1 million people who have already used Fume to quit their bad habits. Take the first step by using that link at the top of the description or scan the QR code on screen right now. And thank you very much to Fume for sponsoring the video and helping so many quit such bad, dirty habits. City, after sacking Maresca, chose to bring in Vincent Kompany, but this turned out to be an awful decision. Although Dad did feature a little more for the first team, Kompany's reign didn't last too long. Dad played 7 times in the league and this season scored 2 goals with 1 assist. And while City did win the FA Cup, Dad didn't feature in the final. City also sacked Vincent Kompany after a 9th place finish in the Premier League. And a caretaker manager took charge for another Champions League final, this time against Real Madrid, which was lost 2-1 with Erling Haaland scoring against them. It was another mid-table finish for Plymouth Argyle, also under new management in Stephen Bradley. But this season I featured 45 times, with 37 of them being starts, and scored 7 goals with 6 assists. The following season is a much better campaign for me as well as Plymouth Argyle, who both thrived under Bradley. I scored 24 goals and got 4 assists across the campaign, while Plymouth Argyle won the Sky Bet League 1 by 9 points, gaining promotion to the Championship. Dad, on the other hand, just scored 3 goals with 0 assists after only featuring 13 times this season. And City this time, with Luis Enrique, finished in 2nd place. We're having 2 very different careers so far.
Yeah, definitely.
Scrapping my way down in the lower leagues for now, way far off of a Ballon d'Or. You're at a club which could potentially win a Ballon d'Or, just not getting the game
Just
time.
not getting into the first team, no. So I'm struggling up there, but I'm doing well in the reserve side, or scoring plenty of goals, but I'd rather be where you are at the moment.
Yeah, picking up trophies.
Yes.
As the club's top scorer, winning Sky Bet League 1 as Plymouth Argyle's top scorer, 24 goals this season. I'm also wanted. A lot of clubs coming in, and if you're looking at active interest, there's 6. They all want a piece of the Omega Luke pie. Has some significant potential, could break into the first team, would improve the quality of the starting 11 there with Hull City. I mean, if you're looking at a club that if I wanted to pick, I think the Hull City one's probably the best one, because the rest of them, they're either prioritising other things, or I have potential to make the first team, or the Norwich one was they hadn't even got the funds to do it yet.
Yeah.
So I think Hull City might be the only one that I would be okay with going to, but right now, if it means I stay at Plymouth Argyle, I'm okay with that too in the Championship. Whereas, Dad, yourself, are you now considering a lifeline?
Yes. I got to get out.
Yeah?
I think it's time for me to...
Permanent or just a loan?
No, I don't want to go away from City just yet. I reckon it might just pay me just to sort of like go away, get some football under me belt, and see if I can have a good season or 2, and then come back and start pushing for a first team place.
Well, they do have you on the loan list, so it is a realistic thing.
Yeah.
They also don't have Erling Haaland. But will they see you as somebody to because they're not playing you anyway? They haven't had him. And as you can see, like, they're using other people right now instead. I mean, this guy looks like he's been playing up front. He's nowhere near the quality. Nowhere near. But right now, they aren't using you either.
It's a chance I could take, but if it doesn't work, I could end up staying there and just foment him in the under-18s again, couldn't I?
Yeah, it's 148 current ability, so
out of the two of us, I think you have the higher current ability. I think 140, I don't think on there. Yeah, 145, yeah. But again, well, I've got the higher potential, but I'm getting first team football. I'm enjoying myself right now. So, yeah, I'm happy to see what happens. If this move happens, brilliant. If not, I'm happy to stay at Plymouth Argyle. But yeah, let's see who Dad chooses to loan himself to on our route and our quest to try and win the Ballon d'Or.
With Dad activating one of his lifelines, he had a look to see who the perfect club could be to loan himself to. And he chose a fellow Premier League side, much to my surprise, in Leeds United. But while that was happening, I was also on the move, as multiple clubs put in a bid for me at Plymouth Argyle. And Hull City won the race of my signature for 9.25 million. Another championship club, and in my first season there as a Tiger, I scored 13 goals and got 1 assist as their starting striker. They had an unlucky season 2, reaching the playoffs but losing in the semi-final, while Plymouth Argyle failed to stay up. Speaking of which, it wasn't great news for my dad, who's receiving way more minutes on his loan spell, but now adds a relegation to his CV as Leeds United go down. Still, in his 44 games this season, he did score 17 goals and bag 3 assists too. But he's going back to a City side in turmoil as they finished in 7th place and sacked yet another manager.
Well, you chose to go to Leeds.
Yes.
For first team football, you got yourself relegated. You got a relegation on the CV.
I did, yeah. Unfortunately, I did, yeah.
Top scorer for them.
I can't, I played the games, scored the goals. Team's more than one player in it, so yeah. Unfortunately, I couldn't keep them up. But I enjoyed my time there. Thank you very much, Leeds. I went there for a reason, and that was to get first team football, and they let me play. So yeah, I'm pleased with that.
31 times. Do you think in hindsight it would have been better to go to the Championship with a strong side from the Championship instead?
It might well have done, but at the end of the day, I've still scored 11 goals in the Premier League, so I'm a proven Premier League goal scorer. Got to have something to say for that, innit, really?
But I'm scoring more. Hull City, I had a great time. So the move to Hull actually materialised. £9.25 million they ended up paying for me from Plymouth Argyle, who unfortunately did get relegated, 23rd there, and sacked their manager, as did Manchester City.
Yeah.
So our 2 starting clubs no longer have managers, and your current club doesn't have a manager. So Luis Enrique got himself sacked. But 12 goals in the Championship was not enough to get us automatic promotion. It got us into the playoffs, where unfortunately they lost in the semi-final. So losing to West Ham, it's one of those things. I'm still in the Championship. If a big club comes in, okay, cool. Kieran McKenna's the manager though. I fancy our chances to get ourselves promoted next season.
Yeah.
Now, there is active interest from Newcastle. But again, it's that has significant potential, could break in first team football. I don't want that. If it's down to me, I want guaranteed football. But we can't decide, obviously, unless I choose right now to cash in on one of my lifelines. And I think I'm just going to keep it.
Right.
I don't think I'm going to use it. Will you be using yours? You've already used one, the loanee. You've got one left in terms of a transfer, or one in terms of attributes. But again, that's a massive risk.
At this present moment, no, I'm going to stay where I am at City.
And chance whoever might come in, of course.
Yes, that's the thing, innit?
Now, striker-wise, they did sign a couple of players by the looks of it, but it doesn't look like they got anybody striker-wise right now, which would be challenging you. Unless they're going to play Doku up there, but it looks like he's played quite a lot of games up front, possibly.
Yeah. It's worth taking a chance to see whether I'd get into the first team now.
Yeah.
I've had a good season in the Premier League, scored a few goals, so hopefully the new manager coming in thinks that I'm going to be worth having a little chance with him. Put me up there.
Yeah, Doku does look like he's been playing up front most of the time, but they have obviously had a very bad time. So whether he gives you the nod, we'll have to see and find out.
Worth a chance.
The interest from Newcastle to sign me did tail off throughout the summer. And I was really pleased too, because we got all the way to the final of the playoffs this season, and I even scored at Wembley to help us gain promotion in a 3-2 win over Wolves. Scoring 26 goals and backing that up with 7 assists, while still having 3 of my lifelines intact. Dad stayed at City, barely played, and only registered 2 goals with no assists all season. However, they did climb up into 2nd place in the league under new manager Giovanni Van Bronckhorst.
Well, an equalising goal in the playoffs at Wembley Stadium.
Lovely.
And we're in the Premier League. We're going to be joining you.
Yeah, well done.
So I'm buzzing with that. Don't look like anybody's wanting us right now, but that could all change. It's a very long summer, of course. 24 goals, my best campaign so far. Very happy with that. 7 assists as well. Happy days for Omega Luke. Also got an England cap and a goal as well, so that's lovely to see. But it's not going as well for you, Dad.
No,
you took a gamble. You've got more appearances for England, I think, this year than Man City. It's only it's the same amount, to be fair.
Yeah.
But off the bench, only 3 appearances with 1 goal. Very little in terms of playing football at all after your long spell at Leeds United. Now, they brought in Giovanni van Bronckhorst as their manager. And it doesn't look like he is really enjoying using you as a striker, and brought in Karim Konate instead.
That was a bit of bad news for me when he came in. They had the money to do it, so they went out and done it, didn't they?
Yeah.
Which, I think they wasted the money. They should have just stayed with me.
Should have.
Yeah, I could have done that. I could have done the job for them. We would have won the league.
You've got some kind of power at your disposal.
I have, and I'm going to use it.
You're going to use it. You're
I'm
going to
gonna
cash
use
in.
it. I'm going to
on
make a
second
move.
lifeline.
Yeah, I think it's time to move away from City. That they don't seem to be interested in using me very much. So, time to go.
Ooh, interesting stuff. Where does Dad go in season number 6?
Yes, another lifeline being cashed in for Dad with a permanent transfer being made, this time as he makes a £20 million move to Coventry City. However, this had ramifications for me, because when Dad left, Manchester City was a backup striker short and decided to buy me off Hull City for £56 million. Which is not what I wanted to happen, albeit having some good highlights, including scoring the winner in the UEFA Champions League semi-final against Barcelona this season. However, I did not feature in the final and City lost to Real Madrid, who now have both Elliot Anderson and Erling Haaland. Just the 3 goals for me this season with 2 assists in a City shirt, while Dad enjoyed a much better season, scoring 16 goals and getting 2 assists for Coventry as their starting striker. And they survived in the league rather comfortably with a 12th place finish, while City fell to 6th. Now, after watching Dad struggle for minutes at City before, I decided to use a lifeline. However, I risked only using the loan to a club of my choice, and I chose my old club Hull, who finished 1 position behind City. And this paid off massively for me, as I had a fantastic season back with the Tigers in the Premier League, who had built a great side. I scored 26 goals this season with Hull City, with 7 assists on my loan spell. And although Hull fell down to 14th, I was still really happy with the amount of goals, while Dad was also having a great season. He scored 26 goals too, with 9 assists for a Coventry City side who finished in 8th place.
Now, I think it was kind of smart learning from your mistakes
Yes.
after being bought by Manchester City for £56 million, because they were like, oh no, we've lost our backup striker.
Yeah, that's what it was, wasn't
We'll buy another one. So that backfired on me in a way, but it was in the January. I did play a few games from the January, but it was only 1 start, and I thought, I can see the writing on the wall here. This is not happening. So I made the move back to Hull City. I had a good start to the campaign, the January which I was bought, with 9 goals in 22 games. And this, a full season there, 23 goals with 6 assists, is a lovely season.
Yeah, good season that in the Premier League.
So I'm happy. I just don't know what to do next. I think I need to give it a season at City to see whether they do play me. But I'm 22 years of age now. I can't sit around for too long. I am up to 177 current ability, though.
Yeah.
So I am technically one of the world's best strikers, if you're looking at it in that regard. Now, I took Hull to a 14th place finish, or helped them to there. Your move to Coventry seems to be quite a wise one, Dad.
Yes.
Under Frank Lampard.
Me and Frank like that now, I'll tell you, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
26
haven't won
goals,
anything,
leading goal scorer.
but 8th place in the Premier League. You're looking quite good in terms of attributes as well, developing well. Already 174 current ability, which is 1 away from your actual potential. So this is basically as good a player as that you're going to get.
Yes, right, yeah.
You are wanted. There's a club that I'd love for you to go to.
It ain't happening.
I would love for you to go there.
Can't do it.
And you can't stop them either.
I couldn't do it.
Well, that would be hilarious if you did.
Oh, no.
So, 22 years of age. You're having a good time. Whether you make the move or not, it's going to be really interesting summer, to be honest.
Really 2 good seasons there. Played 37 games virtually both seasons, and scored 10 more goals this season. So, like I said, I'm at my best now. So now's a good time to go.
Yeah.
It's got to be one of the top teams to keep going, though, isn't it?
Interestingly, we haven't gone abroad yet, neither of us.
No.
Now, the Ballon d'Or itself has been dominated by Real Madrid players recently. Erling Haaland won it back-to-back for two different clubs, but then Kylian Mbappe and Elise have been trading it between the two. So, yeah, to get the Ballon d'Or, it seems, you have to
I think
fight off Real Madrid.
I think we're all right for a while, yeah. I think we've got like probably about 4
4 or
more
5 years
seasons
before you really start
Yeah.
taking that seriously.
You get to 26, 27 when you're really in your prime. We've got to be at one of the top teams then, I think.
Yeah, definitely.
And performing.
Right, well, let's see if you make the move and whether I get any game time at City. Because I'm at one of those clubs that could potentially win it. Erling Haaland won it here, as did Rodri. So can I do it in a Man City shirt? With a Ballon d'Or on our minds as we are very soon hitting our peak seasons, Dad indeed did make a transfer, leaving Coventry City and signing for Spurs for 78 million. And I'm sure he will be over the moon with not only the move itself, but how well he did in his debut season playing for them. Because Dad scored 42 goals this season with 8 assists. I finally broke into the Manchester City starting 11 too, scoring 22 goals and getting 8 assists. But despite Dad winning the Golden Boot with 36 league goals, I was the happier man because he lost the title on the final day of the season to Arsenal. Now, Dad, what a bizarre switch. And hilariously, losing the title on the final day to Arsenal. That is so Spurs.
Oh, I don't believe it.
That is so
Don't
Spurs.
believe it.
Arsenal
The one-
with Pep Guardiola.
The
by
one
way.
team I don't want to lose against.
Yeah. And Spurs, after signing you this season for a good amount too, 78 million. And what a season you had.
Great season, I know.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
that move to Coventry, very smart decision when you look upon it now.
Yeah, I've done well with them. 14 goals and then 24 goals in 2 seasons. So, yeah, it was a good couple of seasons for them. But a great season for Spurs, though.
36 and 36. You say great season for Spurs. For you, for Xabi Alonso in general, maybe not so much looking at this. I mean, losing on the final day to your former club,
It just gets worse, doesn't it?
which you did score in. Your former club beating you on the final day,
It cost me the league.
costing you the league. Now, I can't really laugh too much. My team's down in 4th. Like, we didn't do anything this season. But so you had a better season in terms of that. But again, trophies across all competitions outside of... You haven't won anything for a while, and this was when you weren't really playing for the team. So
Yeah.
it's you can't really go, oh, yeah,
Yeah.
I've done all
You're
this.
up a league champion,
Yeah,
wasn't it?
yeah. You probably weren't on the pitch. But yeah, I mean, that's in terms of goal contributions, you can't deny you've had a great season. And
Yeah.
after I think we've both made smart moves here. Your move to Coventry, which triggered my move to City.
Yeah.
My loan spell to Hull, back to Hull, and getting 23 goals in 36 games, has given me game time at my actual club.
Yeah, definitely.
34 starts. All right, it's only 15 goals, but 5 assists. That's a good starting base for a 23-year-old at Manchester City. It's not Erling Haaland numbers, unfortunately. And we were they were runners-up, again, 2 years ago. I wasn't on the pitch. So we haven't really done anything in terms of being at Manchester City yet, but hopefully that's all to come. With Scott Marshall as the manager. It's a temporary manager. They're about to change manager probably for about the 5th time that we've done this video.
That's a problem. Sometimes it's bad news for you as well, isn't it?
Yeah,
when new
Hansi
manager comes
Flick.
in.
I was there for 2 years
Yeah.
and didn't quite get the job done. So I'm not going to use my lifeline to move club. I'm quite happy to see it out at Man City, especially see who the new manager is coming in. I'm only 23.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, we're still young puppies at the moment.
Yeah, you've obviously used both of your
Yeah. I'm happy where I am.
lifelines.
I'm at a good side now.
Yeah.
We come second in the league, so I'm doing well. I'm scored 36 goals this season, so I don't need to change anything really at the moment.
Yeah, and attribute-wise, I'm getting very close to my potential, so I don't feel like I need to use that attribute wheel. And same for yourself, really. I mean, you're close to the top, 174, 175. I'm going to say you can't use it once you get to the maximum, and it just ups your maximum. So that's obviously something that we can think about, but of course there are risky business on that wheel, which could give you a minus attribute. So it's always something to consider with the wheel. Some reason somebody played you at right back. Don't know why. I mean, your tackling's 7. The rest of it won't be too bad.
The odd game that someone got sent off, and I just went, I can play there.
Yeah.
Just to make sure I stayed on the pitch.
Sportsmanship. All right, let's continue on and see how we get on.
With 2 lifelines left, a shock transfer bid came in for me, and I was on the move. This time it was going abroad. As I moved to Barcelona, the La Liga champions came about for 78 million. I had a phenomenal season with Lamine Yamal and co in my debut season in Spain, leading the line for them as their starting striker, scoring 30 goals and getting 9 assists, plus a few trophies too, as Barcelona lifted the La Liga title with just 1 loss all season. And also lifted the Copa del Rey as well, defeating Celta Vigo in the final where I scored 2 goals as well in a 4-3 win. Dad was still the top scorer at Spurs, bagging 27 goals and 7 assists. But there was a slight drop-off, and that was shown in Tottenham's 6th place finish.
Alan, unexpected move.
Yes. Wow.
I was, do you know,
I'm going to go one of the big teams. That's one of the big teams, isn't it?
Yeah, I was thinking, to be honest, I'll see how it goes at Manchester City, but I've got that, in my back pocket, and if I was to use it, it would be to go abroad.
Yeah.
And obviously Spain is a very obvious place for us to go. Probably would have chose Barcelona myself, but they came in anyway. They only had Hugo Ekitike as their striker last season, so buying an out-and-out striker made sense for them. I've got 29 goals in the whole season, 21 in the league, 30 appearances, 6 assists, 4 player of the matches, good average rating as well.
Good first season, I reckon that is.
Very good first season, winning 2 trophies.
Yes.
In terms of a Ballon d'Or, it's not an outstanding season, but I've seen some people win it for a lot less.
Definitely, yeah. Yeah, I mean,
especially on this game.
You've got to be winning things to be in consideration of the Ballon d'Or, to be honest.
Yeah.
And winning the it seems to be if you're a Spanish club, you sort of get very favoured.
Yeah, I mean,
So, yeah.
the Real Madrid lads have been winning it quite a lot
Yeah.
recently on this. Has that changed? I mean, it has. I mean, I'm shocked to see anybody from the Italian league.
Yeah.
But somebody from Roma, and it being Baldanzi, is a bit of a shock.
That is a big surprise, I think.
Yeah, especially because Arena is second. He's obviously at PSG, and then it's Lamine Yamal at
Yeah.
Barcelona. Barcelona player won it 2 seasons ago with Yamal as second and Michael Olise as third, who obviously won it 2 times already. So it is very much favoured 2 Spanish sides recently, but a bit of flavour in there with Roma, which I
Yeah.
didn't expect.
Definitely,
so,
yeah.
yeah, I don't know. I think there's probably other candidates right now. I mean, Erling Haaland had a great year in La Liga. He scored the most goals, getting 36, which is a joke. Thankfully, he's coming towards the end of his career now because he is 34. So hopefully he'll start to slow down slightly.
Yeah.
But 36 league goals in 33 games wasn't enough to lift a title. But what I did find interesting, Dad, obviously I moved from Manchester City, which obviously I moved to Manchester City because they bought me because you left. You are now wanted by Manchester City. It would be so funny if you ended up having to go back.
Oh, I mean, I know it's up to the clubs to sort of agree a deal on that, but this guy don't want to go back to City.
I mean, Tottenham, you were finishing in 6th. You
Yeah.
did not have a good year.
No,
It
we
wasn't-
didn't have a good season. We sacked our manager as well, so that didn't sort of really help. But yeah, and I didn't have a great season either, so that probably didn't help.
No, absolutely. So Arne Slot is the new manager. City finished lower than you, though. They finished in 13th.
Ooh, they've had a really bad season. Haven't
Yeah, so they've just sacked Marco Rose, who was their previous manager, and they've been using Max Lowe as a caretaker manager to the end of the season. I imagine it won't stay that way because they probably are going to be looking at, they got £150 million to buy a new striker. So yeah, what are you thinking, Dad? Are you...
I don't want to go anywhere.
No?
I'm staying with the Spurs. Come on.
Yeah.
Got to,
All
ain't I?
And obviously we got lifelines. I'm all right with mine. I've got a good potential. What about you? You're still at 175, 174.
Yeah, I
Would
mean,
you risk the wheel?
there's a couple of little things that I could do with the wheel, but it's one of those things. Do I take a chance? Do I don't take a chance? I mean, I can improve on a couple of little things, so it might be worth a sort of like chance. Because I didn't have a really good season, so I'm not sure yet. It's one of those things, isn't it? Do I or don't I, innit? You know?
Yeah.
Toss of a coin, really.
Yeah. All right, there's always a risk of it backfiring, but we'll see what happens in Season 10.
Now, Dad did indeed spin the wheel using his last lifeline, and the wheel was still rather kind to him, allowing him to upgrade 3 attributes by 5. and he chose to improve his acceleration, decision-making and passing, and now looks a world-class player. However, what we didn't realise just now is that the Champions League final was still to be played. And in my first season at Barcelona, we made the final, where I scored and assisted 2 goals, winning man of the match in a 4-1 win, lifting the treble, which I'm hoping will put my name in the hat to win the Ballon d'Or for this upcoming season. But I was snubbed by FIFA for my 2 teammates, Lamine Yamal and Jamal Musiala, who didn't do anything in the final. Either way, I did all I could, scoring another 26 goals for Barcelona with 11 assists in the following season. But under the new manager, Mikel Arteta, we dropped down into 3rd place in the league and went trophyless. Dad scored 24 goals this season with 6 assists for Tottenham, but only managed a 4th place finish, but did win the Carabao Cup and Europa League. The following season though, the worst thing happened for Dad. A £155 million move as Spurs signed Antonio Ureña from PSG, and Dad's minutes were hindered because of it. 0 Premier League starts, but 18 goals this season in all competitions with 1 assist. Meanwhile in Spain, I put up my best season yet, scoring 36 goals and 10 assists. Still finishing down in 3rd place in La Liga, however. Although we won the Copa del Rey, where I scored 2 goals including an extra time winner to defeat Real Madrid 3-2. With Dad having used all of his lifelines though, he might be in trouble if he can't play first team football. Dad, what a bizarre season. 20 games in the league, not 1 start.
No, I'm really disappointed with that.
Even though you lifted the Premier League with Tottenham?
Yeah, I mean, great that I've won the league, got a league winners medal in, but I'm so disappointed they went out and bought a really really good,
Former Ballon d'Or winner.
yeah, good,
Antonio Ureña.
another good striker, but it's not good for my career. It's not, it's not good for me. I mean, it makes me think, do I stay now?
Yeah. I mean, looking at it, you were rated very high. 178 current ability he's at. And if you're looking at how good you are, they now have 2 world-class strikers.
Yeah.
So the fact that they're not using you is as much as what you'd think. You're better than him.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It probably didn't help with me having that real bad injury last season.
Yeah.
Where I was out for, was it 4 months, I think it was. So that probably didn't help. They probably had to go out and get themselves another striker. So that always, things like that always go against you, doesn't it? So this is really sort of...
Especially off the back of a very good summer, where both of us lifted European Championship glory with England.
Yeah. And we was both starting the games as well, so ideal.
You assisted in the final, I scored in the final.
Yeah.
In a win over Spain. In fact, I think I scored the winner. Because it was a 3-2 win.
3-2? I know you did score the third
in
goal.
extra time.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it is extra time. Yeah, I
well
scored...
done.
Oh, no, Mikey Moore scored
scored the winner.
Yeah, I got the equaliser there. You set up the equaliser to make it 1-1. But yeah, I mean, so far our England career's done very well then, so we're off and flying on that. In terms of the Ballon d'Or, we're not really knocking on the door, I would say, yet. But Rodrigo Moura has just lifted that for Porto. And Ureña was 2nd.
Yeah.
So that technically, I mean, it's come under PSG, but technically a Spurs player is there. But yeah, my Barcelona side, Lamine Yamal won it the season before. When we won the Champions League, when we came back, it was before the Champions League final had been played. We didn't realise. And the Champions League was won, which meant I actually won a treble that season.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, well done. And you actually played in the game and scored in the game. So yeah, well done.
But since then, Mikel Arteta has come in and ruined our club. 3rd place, and I scored 26 goals under him. I've had a great time. But, I mean, the rest of the team has really let ourselves down.
Yeah.
So, we won the Copa del Rey, but I want more than that, and that's not going to be good enough if I want to win Ballon d'Ors.
Well, out of the 2 of us, you got more of a chance of winning it than I have at the moment.
At the minute,
I'm not even starting games, so...
Yeah. Right, well, let's see if that continues, because you've lost both your lifelines. Well, all of your lifelines.
I've lost all my lifelines,
yeah.
I gambled, and it worked for me, but it didn't make me get into the team sheet, did it? I was on the bench all the time.
Yeah, somehow you went above Antonio Ureña, and they still didn't play you.
I mean, I'm like lightning now when I'm doing the warm-up. I'm like that all the time.
So fast that he's off the pitch. All right, well, let's see what happens. Frustratingly for me, my teammate Lamine Yamal wins yet another Ballon d'Or. And yet this season, still topped the last 2, as I scored a record number 38 goals this campaign with 14 assists. only winning the Copa del Rey again after finishing third under Mikel Arteta, who's yet to win La Liga with Barcelona. In the league, Dad didn't play much, but overall he still played 39 games and scored 19 goals with 5 assists this season. And for the first time, he gets his hand on the Premier League trophy despite being sat on the bench for most of the Premier League matches. And that's because Antonio Reina lifted the Golden Boot with 38 league goals in 37 games. Not only that, but Spurs did also win the Carabao Cup and the Champions League this season, beating Bayern Munich 2-0 in a final which sadly Dad didn't feature in. This led to a kind of hilarious moment then where Antonio Reina actually won the Ballon d'Or, which was enough for Dad to finally pull his socks up and force his way into the team, including playing more league games, starting 14 of them, scoring 34 goals and getting 3 assists with 14 goals of being in the Champions League. Spurs fell off in the season and dropped down into 4th place, going trophyless. My season in terms of output was slower, only scoring 23 goals but getting 14 assists still. With Real Madrid winning the league and cup though, I also went trophyless. However, I was not prepared for the next season because sometimes FIFA don't make no sense. And you guys have all been seeing the numbers and seeing how Dad's barely been playing any games, while I am starting for Barcelona and scoring a ton of goals. So imagine my surprise when the winner of the Ballon d'Or was announced and Omega Dad's name is called. Because there is no way he is yet to have a Ballon d'Or worthy season, but here he is, somehow beating me to lifting the trophy.
I mean, there's a lot of corruption in football.
See that?
And there's a lot of corruption in FIFA. And somehow, Gianni Infantino must be... There's something going on here.
He's on my wage bill.
How have you won the Ballon d'Or?
They started calling me Messi, I think that's what it is.
Yeah. You didn't even win a trophy the season before. You had 9 goals this season. I don't even count towards it. It was the last season that you won it for.
Yeah.
17 goals.
17 goals. That's a great season
And
for
that's
me.
it.
Out of the last 5 or 6 seasons, that's a great season.
Absolutely abysmal. And then if you're looking at actual like milestones of what's happened, like the season before it where, you know, it would have counted towards it, 3rd in the Nations League for England, nothing else. This season, if it happened next season, you might understand it. FA Cup winners, Premier League champions, Carabao Cup winners, Champions League runners-up. You've had a good season for Tottenham.
Yeah.
A domestic treble, almost got the quadruple. And, you know, under Giovanni Van Bronckhorst, 1st in the league. You didn't start that many games.
Turned my career around, he did.
Yeah. Arenya was still the top scorer of the league. So it's not like you were the first choice there. But back-to-back Tottenham Ballon d'Or winners is something that nobody is ever going to see happen.
No.
How the hell have you managed to pull that off?
They just wanted to make sure another Tottenham player won it, and they just couldn't give it to him again, could they, Antonio? So they just went to the next best.
The benchmark.
Lionel Messi Omega Dad.
I blame one person in this, and that is Barcelona manager Mikel Arteta. He has ruined us.
I'll agree with that.
He has absolutely ruined us. Ever since I joined Barcelona, we had a great time until he joined. I've had a good season under him this year. I've had an unbelievable campaign in terms of goals and assists and goal contributions. But milestone-wise, we haven't been winning anything. Copa del Rey runners-up. Super Cup winners. Nobody cares about that. The World Cup runners-up. That was good for us, by the way.
Yeah.
Runners-up of the World Cup. But the last time I actually won anything was 2 years ago, and that was only a Copa del Rey. We haven't won the league in God knows how long.
I think what happened is when they done the votes for it, they all voted for Omega, and they couldn't work out which one it was, so they just went for Omega Dad. he's the better one of the two.
So somehow, Dad has completed the challenge. You've won the challenge, the race to the Ballon d'Or, while barely playing games of football. An absolute disgrace. Corruption at its finest. But that's FIFA for you. Let me know if you enjoyed the video. We'll do more just like this with different scenarios, different things. Maybe we'll do like a trophy race instead of just a Ballon d'Or race, if that's something you'd be interested in, with different wheel spins, etc. But make sure you subscribe to check that out. And on screen right now is another video where me and Dad had a different type of trophy race, where we started off unemployed. We had 10 years to try and win as many trophies as what we possibly could, but not in Europe. Also, thank you to Fume for sponsoring today's video and helping people quit their bad habits. Check it out at the top of the description.